Yo, what is up, and welcome back to the Wentzilla reboot. Let me make the light right. Today, just wanted to talk. I wasn't gonna do a video on this, but I just decided gonna do a video, and I had to do like a lot of stuff inside as far as like spraying them and stuff. So that's why you see the fan. So I did do the clear coat on them as always, but I did want to show you guys something besides Mr. Super Clear, which I use for my clear coat when I'm all said and done. Sometimes I do it before I do a powder. On this particular guy here, it's a comic version, so I didn't go heavy with the weathering. So since I wasn't going too heavy with the weathering, I did not clear it before I did the powder because I did not use the charcoal powder wash on him. But I did want to, the reason why I want to do a video to talk about this one is, yeah, I want to do a breakdown, but I also want to talk about my buddy Figure Kong told me he was using this right here for his soft goods. So you want wired capes, you don't want to pay the big prices that you see online. You can make your own without sewing. Now, I've been using hot glue. I've been using two types of hot glue my entire time making capes. I've been using glues. I've been using super glues, but I got a light. Before I knock everything over, I have the hot one that then has two different temps on it. Then I have a low one for the foam for like when I do dioramas and stuff. So I've used all the stuff and the super glues and other fabric glues, but this stuff right here works great. It's a little bit messy, but if you're careful with it, after a while you get the hang of it. It's, you know, probably not for a novice, but if you want to practice on some stuff before you're like me and you go right on it, that's a good idea because it dries within, like, I put a little bit of heat on it afterwards too. It dries pretty quick within a few minutes, and then after 24 hours it's washable, which you'll never have to do with your action figure capes, but that tells you how strong the hold and bond is, so it will hold a wire in forever, so you can do cool stuff. Now this one's a little bit messy because, you know, that's kind of the character. No, I wanted like a two-tone cape. It's not that bad. Did pretty good. It's not bad. Just corners a little bit. But yeah, besides my corners, you know, funky. Actually, that corner is a little bit better. So, anywho, I want to talk to you guys about the build. So, the build on this guy is obviously the Armored Batman. Did a lot of dremeling through the chest. Wanted it to look like when he gets it melted by the Kryptonians. I think he initially does fight Superman, but doesn't, like, when Batman dies, when Bruce Wayne dies, it's from the Krypton, the head dude for the Kryptons. Anywho, forgot his name, but yeah, so I know that when they battle, Superman also uses his laser beam, so I want it to look like it burnt the metal, right? So you got some oranges, some reds, some yellows. I also pulled the whole thing apart, did a little bit of work on the torso just to give him some more. Did a thigh swivel on him also. As you guys can see, now he has thigh swivel. And if you guys saw my Thomas Wayne video, if you guys have seen that video, oh, there's a thigh swivel. So if you guys have seen the Thomas Wayne video, I kind of talked about how you do that thanks to my friend Dynamite Toys on IG. So then I also dremeled out the head and then added some hair, and I'll do a B-roll to do a little bit more of a close-up. So I added some skin, some scalp, some hair, just to make it look like a little bit went through. Whatever happened. Then for the arms, this is the fun part. I saw a bunch of these on Instagram, different ways people did them. I did mine with a Lobo. So I took the arms off of the Lobo. This head is ridiculous, by the way, but the figure is actually pretty cool. Now, I've had the Storm Collectibles one before. That one is fire. That one's like the king of all 112 Lobos that you can have in hand. That's the one to have. But for $20 on Amazon or wherever, your local freaking Walmart, you can have this guy with a sweet vest, pretty awesome articulation. The arm articulation is why I wanted these. So what I did was took these arms off, painted them skin tone, this right here, use that right there for the skin tone. Took this, all of this out. Took the peg out, to the hand off, and then I cut this and pulled that off. His leather strappings around. And then I took the full everything from Batman. Now, the inside of his gauntlet, I did have to Dremel out a little bit, but it wasn't anything major. It was just to get the ridges off so that it would slide up and over onto the arm. And then I use the peg also from Batman's hands because the pegs are a little bit different. You could probably get away using Lobo's pegs. I just chose to go with Batman's pegs, and everything ended up pegging really well. The hands still move. Everything works really well. And then for the shoulder piece, I used a little bit of ribbon. This stuff right here, because it's a little bit thicker. This character's a little bit bigger. His arms are swole because he's jacked bats and armored jack bats. I've been moving this thing so much that some of this paint's starting to get weird. Anyway, so yeah, so I used, as you can see, the straps are just ribbon, and then I glued those down, and yeah, that's all I did. I had some golds and stuff and some silvers. I painted them all black, then I did a dry silver brush on them. I also did add a little bit of weathering on the face. Obviously, if you guys have seen me paint the face before, I did a little bit of purple. And then on that Kislov, however you say it, on that, I did add a little bit of this stuff right here. Just a little bit of dry brush, just to add a little bit of color to the skin, a little bit of pink, like around the veins and things like that. And then, I don't know if you guys can see on the face right now, but I did use a little bit of purple up and around where the cowl is. And then also add a little bit of blood to his face. But you guys will see a little bit better, closer up of that when I do the B-roll. So, that's the end of my spiel. I do have a few photos of this guy, not a whole lot, but I think it's enough for a video. So I'm going to drop those photos, give you guys some B-roll. I also got some B-roll of some of the shots I was doing inside and outside. Thanks for stopping in, and remember to, on Friday nights, Instagram, the Grown Ass Men Toys Instagram, myself and Marvelous and myself will be going live. That's the proper way to say it. You always say the other person first and then myself or I. So anyway, Marvelous and I will be on Instagram Friday nights. I believe it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on the week. But if you check our IGs, we will let you know. It's usually, I think it's going to be 8 o'clock from now on, unless we have something come up. So it's usually 8 or 9. And then Sundays, the Toy Squad. I like to do giveaways, and I like to just help out the toy community and bring other people on, build up each other's stuff. And Harley's going to step in if someone isn't able to show up. And also, if he has something in, or if he has something cooler to talk about that week, he'll be coming on instead of anyone who didn't get anything in that week that we see all the time. So, without further ado, thank you for watching. Remember, be kind to one another. And here is the B-roll of Jacked Bats.